Good afternoon, whichever one that suits you. I am here. My name is Saida Bay, member of the Moore Science Temple of America. And a good friend of mine, Brother Chief here, invited me to come and host for you today. Okay, and we are in celebration of the wonderful Marcus Garvey. Wow. What a celebration.
Yes.
What an individual. Had to be a prophet of God in his own right. I am so happy to be here today to celebrate this day of him with you all. So without further ado, we're going to get started, and we're going to, are we introducing them? We are going to introduce the owner of this fine establishment that we are all gathered here today. And this brother is Brother Aya.
All right. First time. I go by Aya. I'm Dr. Kamara Ayaroko Wakumpa Turu. I took on my Native American name, and I'm just known in the world as Dr. Norris, but I don't like that. I feel so colonized with that. So I'm just Aya, and so are you. Well, welcome to Dance. Dance been here 31 years. Wow. In the community. We've fed thousands of people, little ones, all the way up to when they adults of an age group and come back and bring more. And this is a community family-owned property. This is my partner, Dr. Napoko, and we just have a ball just being here. This is Marcus Garvey's, it's a sacred month. It's Black Business Month. There's a lot of things going on. Yeah. It's very sacred. Now, I'm 67, and I remember as a young man, as a Garveyite, something that was told to me, quoting Garvey, that I've lived by. And it simply states, man is equal to man. Only God is sovereign. Don't let the other guy punk you. He said, bluff you. But we say it's the same thing today, is don't let the other guy punk you. And I live by that. It has made a difference in my business, my personal relationships and everything. So I want to give honor to the Honorable Mosaic Garvey. Oh my goodness, we were listening to him the other day, last weekend, and Doc was her first time she'd heard of him, but it was the first time she actually heard his voice. It actually heard his voice. It just blew. She'll tell you about that. She'll get an opportunity to speak. But I like to do libations. Is that I get the elder in the room? Elder in the room? I'm 67. Anybody older? I'm 67. Anybody older than me?
I'm 75.
Okay, anybody older? 75? Permission. Okay, we always ask permission. That's the thing we must always learn to do before we speak or anything. I want to do libation first. Or the Honorable Marcus Garvey. Okay. For my grandmother, my great grandmother Frances, she says that you are your worst enemy or your best friend. I say, my mother's brothers, James. Anybody else that you want to say at this time?
Marcus Garvey.
Marcus Garvey, of course. That's
Esther A. Greer.
Esther A. Greer. Charles L. James.
Denise Williams.
Denise Williams. Others.
Beverly Davis.
I'm sorry?
Beverly Davis.
Beverly Davis. Anybody?
Charles
Noble Drew Ali. Yeah, absolutely.
Nat Turner.
Nat Turner.
The Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
The Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Malcolm X.
Malcolm X. Martin Luther. And when we do libations, we're asking their spirit to come in to it because they're not in the ground. They're in the water and the trees and the plants and the rocks and the air. And most importantly, they're part of our DNA.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And I'd like to just do homage to all those that were not named, but they are here in spirit. We invite the ancestors in to do and lead us, guide us, and show us the way. Ashe?
Ashe.
Asheo.
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 Yes, yes.
we record this live, so we want everybody, let's give a lot of energy for the, the
Yes.
broadcast, please. All right.
Would everyone stand for the Ethiopian national anthem?
Where the Lord loved to be, as so proud and nice and gathers, all our knees come rushing to thee. We must in the fight be victorious, when swords and the swords to be. For us will the victory be glorious, when led by the red and green. Advance, advance to victory, let Africa be free. Advance, advance to meet the foe. Advance, advance to meet the foe. With the might of the red, the black, and the green. With the might of the red, the black, and the green. Ethiopia, the tyrant's falling, who smote thee upon thy knees, and thy children are lustily calling from over the distant seas. Jehovah, the great one, has heard us, has noted our sighs and our tears. With the spirit of love, he has heard us to be one through the coming years. Advance, advance to victory, let Africa be free. Advance, advance to meet the foe. Advance, advance to meet the foe. With the might of the red, the black, and the green. With the might of the red, the black, and the green. O Jehovah, the God of ages, grant unto us sons that feed the wisdom thou gave to thy sages, when Israel was sore in need. Thy voice of the tempest has spoken, Ethiopia shall stretch from the sky. By thee shall our fetters be broken, and endless our dear fatherland. Advance, advance to victory, let Africa be free. Advance, advance to meet the foe. Advance, advance to meet the foe. With the might of the red, the black, and the green. With the might of the red, the black, and the green.
With that, we would like you to remain standing for, we will now do the Ode to the Flag, performed by.
Thank you. So if you all could raise your right black fist and repeat after me. Here's to this flag of mine.
Here's to the flag of
The
mine.
red, black, and green.
The red, black, and green.
Hopes in its future bright.
Hopes in its future bright.
Africa has seen.
Africa has seen.
Here's to the red of it.
Here's to the red of it.
Great nations shall know of it.
Great nations shall know of it.
In time to come,
In time to come,
red blood shall flow of it.
red blood shall flow of it.
Historians shall write of it.
Historians shall write of it.
Great flag of mine.
Great flag of mine.
Here's to the flag of it. for 100 millions back whose destiny depends on it. The red, black, and green of it. Oh, flag of mine. Here's to the green of it. Young men shall dream of it. Face shot and shells of it. Waving so high. Here's to the whole of it. Colors brought in pole of it. Pleased is my soul with it. Regardless of what is told of it. Great flag of mine. Thank you.
You may be seated. You may be seated. As the brother said before, this is a celebration. I know it's a little warm in here. However, we need to show more life for this celebration. When there's a speaker to come up and when they're speaking to leave, when that speaker leaves, we need to definitely show love. Whether it's something that you say, whether it's a clap, you can stomp your feet if you want to. All right now. But this is indeed a celebration of life, love, and liberty. Y'all feel me?
Yes. We feel you.
All right. Well, the next speaker that we have, speaker is not with us physically. However, she is with us via live stream. And this is Sister Esther. Is that her name? Sister Esther from Ghana.
Just give us 1 minute.
Tell her to unmute herself. She has to unmute herself.
Okay.
Unmute yourself so you can speak. Unmute yourself. All right. Okay, go ahead. All right, she can tell it. All right, go ahead.
Is she on? I don't see her.
Oh, she's speaking. She's on. that sister hand. All right, let's give her a hand. Thank you.
All right, our next speaker is absolutely our keynote speaker for this afternoon. I'm pretty sure he's gonna come through and deliver quite the powerful message. He's a brother that I've known for a little while now, and we've shared some work in the community together. And, you know, what I do know about this brother, that he definitely loves the community. He loves his people, and he'll do what he can for his people. And in celebration of Marcus Garvey, that's what we need today. Because Marcus Garvey indeed loved his people. He loved them so much, he put himself on the line all the time. And continuously to do it.
That's right.
The European was so upset because he had all these millions of us following him. Marcus Garvey absolutely has the plan for what we are living in today. It's written as plain as day. The economic plan of the ages, right? So if you have not read that economic plan, make sure you get to it.
That's right.
Because if we look around today, what they say, Babylon is falling, and it definitely is. And it's our time to get it together. Because if we do not right now, the time is always right now.
That's right.
So in the light and the spirit of the brother Marcus Garvey, I would like to now introduce our keynote speaker, my brother, Chief Kamara.
All right, just give me a second. I want to make sure we got it sitting on there. Got it there?
Good.
All right, get my water here, so. All right, thank you very much. Give yourselves a hand. I give homage to our African creator in the Mandinka language. That's my Karamoko who's watching, I'm going to introduce. We call him Ma. Yoruba call him Olodumare. Some say Allah, some say Yah. But the creator we know is an African. And we're made in his image and his likeness. So I give homage to Ma. I give homage to our African ancestors. I give homage to Men's and Akhenaten. I give homage to Nat Turner and Denmark Vesey. I give homage to Gabriel Prosser and Sojourner Truth. I give homage to Harriet Tubman. I give homage to Jean-Jacques Dessalines and Toussaint Overture. I give homage to Boukman. I give homage to a man, if I live forever, I can never think of him enough. Is the Honorable Marcus Messias Garvey, a man we're here to celebrate. I thank all our ancestors for giving his little cub, his seed, Omawali Malcolm X. I thank you so much. Let's give our brother Iroko a hand for letting us come here today. My sister Yatunde, our host, let's give her a hand. We have Dr. Wash with us, and our other sister, Dr. Napoko, we're going to hear from. Clyde from UIA. All right. And I would like to ask my Karamoko, Iba Njai, who's in Mali, and if you couldn't hear it, the sister loud from Ghana, you're going to hear it on the video on YouTube. You can hear it louder. I thank him. This brother taught me. He's been my teacher now for the past 18, 19 years. And I had the blessing, we were separated for a while, for 10 years, and I had the blessing when I got married back in March to see him, and went through some of my initiation. I'm going back to the initiation. So my teacher, Kram Moko, Mr. Njai, I have permission to speak, sir. All right. Thank you. Well,
yeah, brother, you do have permission to speak.
I promise not to.
Inspire all of us.
Yes, sir.
Happy to be here to join you, and you do have the blessing of your ancestors. Yes, you have permission to speak. Proud of you,
Yes,
brother.
sir.
Keep on, keep on. My bless.
Yeah, thank you, Kram Moko. Thank you so much. Let's give that brother a hand, man. All right. But my subject today, and I promise, as my great Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad said, not to be long, but I'm going to do my best to be strong. My subject today is no weapon formed against race first shall prosper.
All right.
Let me say it again. No weapon formed against race first shall prosper.
Yes.
Forget what you heard. Everybody understands race first except the black man.
That's right.
You in a race, you don't even know you're in a race. They're running, the white man running under a 4-minute mile, 3 minutes and 45 seconds, and you in a little light jog, taking you 20 minutes to do a mile. This is why they're ruling us and conquering us, because these white people understand the concept of race first. Y'all all right?
Yes, that's right.
Give me some energy now.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Come on
That's
with
right,
it.
brother.
Come on with it.
The white man understood something. In Europe, they were divided.
Yes.
French and British and
Germans.
a whole bunch of crackers fighting each other. But when they came here, they united as a united group of crackers and put their foot on the Native American's neck. The German cracker, Irish cracker, French cracker, united. Put their bad blood back in Europe, but united for a cause that the Native American didn't understand.
That's right.
Native Americans say, I'm Apache. Huh? I'm Lakota Sioux. I'm Cheyenne. I'm Pawnee. Choctaw, Blackfoot, Seminole, Cherokee. And they conquered the Native American. And then they could always find some natives, some people to go against their own.
Great. That's right.
But they wasn't having that, because if you went against your own, it was treason
That's right.
with the white man.
That's right.
So the white man understood it, and he conquered them and ruled the land. When he went to Africa and went against us, when he went to Africa and went against us, he divided us up, came in. Hey, buddy, you Yoruba? The Igbo are talking about you. No problem, buddy. We'll give you guns. We got you, man. No problem, buddy.
That's right.
And sweet talk to Europe. Then went to the Igbo and sweet talk to the Igbo.
That's right.
And when they fought each other, they got the prisoners of war. Mandinka against Fula. Fula against Serahule. Huh?
That's right.
Going against each other, and took us and brought us from Africa to America.
That's right.
We didn't come on no Nina or no Pinta. We didn't come on a Santa Maria. We didn't come on no goddamn love boat, sipping champagne, eating caviar. They brought us in the holds of slave ships. Shackled, our feet bound, our hands bound. We laid in our urination and defecation for 90 days.
That's right.
We reached the shores of America. They sold us like cattle. they understood race first.
That's right.
When they fought in World War II, and the Japanese were getting big, the Japanese were the superpower for Asia. Japanese conquered China. Japanese conquered Korea.
That's right.
White folks says that's too much. When they bombed Pearl Harbor, they dropped an atomic bomb on them and killed hundreds of thousands in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. They didn't drop a bomb on Hitler.
That's right.
Hitler killed millions of crackers. And that's what the old Jew, don't you get fooled, thinking a Jew is anything but a cracker. That ain't no race. Just a cracker with a 6-pointed star. Don't get mad about the good Jewish folks. They're just a cracker with a crescent moon star. And saying assalamu alaikum.
That's right.
A cracker is a goddamn cracker.
Period.
And when they dropped the bomb on the Japanese, they humbled the Japanese.
Sure did.
Japanese said, we humble now. So we come together with a new strategy. And they begin to build an industry up. They begin to build the infrastructure up. And they said they may have lost the first phase of the war, but the second phase of the war was to build an industry so strong they could conquer the world. So here you are, buying Sony, Toshiba.
That's right.
Huh?
Toyota.
Toyota, Honda. And they came up. They begin to take their children. Some of our children today are lacking. Their children want to be a rapper. They were going to school, taking education very seriously.
That's right.
And they made a comeback. And now everybody bows down to the Japanese with respect. They don't call him a chink no more.
That's right.
It's Mr. Chink. They came up, and now they got their military back.
Yes.
Our Haitian brothers understood race first.
That's right.
When we came from Africa, we were different tribes. Some were Muslims, some Christians, some traditional African religion. In fact, the brother who kicked off the Haitian Revolution, his name was Boukman. He was a Muslim. They called him Boukman because he understood Quran very well.
Yep. Yep.
But what Boukman did, he said, we got to get back to our African traditions. I can go make my salat on my own, but we're gonna come together on African traditions and African customs to get this goddamn crack off our back. And Boukman and Rockawayama, the swamps, he kicked off the Vodun call for war against this no good French devil. He said their God is a God of wickedness. Their God is a God of oppression. Their God can't be the true and living God because look at how they're doing us.
That's right.
They're working from sun up to sundown, from can't see morning to can't see night. And when they dropped there, they said, go get another nigga and put him in the sugar cane fields.
That's right.
And Boukman couldn't take it. So he rose up and started killing crackers. Started cutting up white folks and slitting white throats. And they kicked it off, and they got Toussaint Overture. And Toussaint Overture was military, educated. You know how educated ones are, intelligent. And Toussaint was so intelligent, he thought because, I got my degree, and I've been trained by the white man, and I'm equal to the white man. They'll respect me as an equal. So they convinced Toussaint Overture to go in and meet with the French. They told him, we don't care, my friend, we don't care. Oui. If you are educated or not, you are a nigger.
That's right.
And he died broken-hearted. And that's what we don't understand. Well, if you got a PhD, bachelor's degree, cum laude of your class, you're alpha or omega, you're just a nigga with a degree, or just a nigga as an alpha or omega. They don't care about your degree.
Right.
This is why I applaud those like my teacher has his doctorate degree, Dr. Wash, and they're humble with the people. They ain't walking around all arrogant. Oh, I have my degree, and I'm just cum laude in my class, and let me have a spot of tea, and let me have some, give me a vegan burger. I'm a vegan, I don't eat meat, Meat makes me poop, so I can't do that, So he went in, but Dessalines was ferocious. Dessalines said, I don't love no white folks. I hate the white man. And when Toussaint said, I see 10,000 Frenchmen, Dessalines said, God damn it, I see 10,000 dead Frenchmen. And Dessalines and the Haitians, who are Africans, beat the French white man, the British white man, the Spanish white man, the American white man, because don't forget, America would not have their freedom. It was not for the French. And they present that to this day. That's why Haiti suffers, because they beat the world's superpowers. Huh? And when America came together, they put their religion aside.
Sure did.
The church ruled Europe in the beginning. When George Washington and Thomas Jefferson and Paine and all these other crackers got together, they didn't say, George Washington is, he's the Messiah of God. George Washington was eating a bowl of oatmeal, and God spoke to him, and now he's the messenger of God. No, they say, no. It is a separation between church and state. Pray at your church. Go to your synagogue. Go to your Mason shrine, whatever they call it, whatever the Masons go to, and you be a Muslim son or be a Muslim shriner. We come together, that all gets aside. It's race first, and the church will not run the government. But we as black people have had religious charlatans who've done good. All right, let's give it a second. Let me get that back. Camera.
That's the problem
All right. Sorry for the technical with the camera. Sure. So this is recorded professionally as well. All right. Back to I want our live audience in Africa to be able to see it. All right. All right. So what happened was they didn't go with that. But we as black people have been took over by religious people who took advantage of us. Malcolm said we've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, let us spread, run amok. Look at that old no good cracker, Jim Jones. And some of our leaders today, I ain't gonna sit on there, everybody get uptight when I talk about this individual. Embrace this cracker. Right here on the south side of Chicago, had the crackers sitting behind him, smiling and teasing. Go ahead, Jim Jones. We don't let white people teach black people. We don't let black people lead black people. If the cracker want to help, let them help. Sit down and shut up. You're not going to lead. You don't trust these white folks with our children. And they trusted this white man. He took them to Guyana and killed them. And our black leaders today, they sit back and y'all applaud and clap. You forgot that, goddamn it, I ain't gonna never forget that you did that. The mega churches. Oh, pray to God. Lord Jesus, 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 Jesus. Jesus. Now what's gonna happen if you pray hard enough and you believe in the message of prosperity? A $10,000 check is going to come in the mail to you. Careful, kept your dollar. TD face. Bishop Eddie Rome, who's a slack-jawed faggot, got caught up messing with boys. I'm sorry if I speak strong, but man, I didn't come here to be politically correct. Damn it, I came here to teach the truth. Buying jet airplanes, but yet they all this Jesus church on every damn block, but black people are dying day in and day out. Black men are mass incarcerated in rockets and skyrocket numbers. There are more black men in prison, on parole, and on probation than the height of slavery in 1850.
That's right.
And that spook Jesus ain't saving them. Huh? Creflo buying jets. We ain't building no infrastructure. Everybody is in our community getting our dollar. Ain't no damn puff of smoke gonna pay no bills. A Japanese praying to Buddha. Well, they got Honda, they got what, Toyota. They got industry and infrastructure, is that right?
Right.
So our religious leaders have took advantage of this. The mega churches, man, Muslims. Huh? Our Muslim brothers, they came in, a lot of them are corrupted. I was part of something at one time, I'm not gonna say what it was, and people get mad at me, goddamn, I really don't care. I speak the truth, I know what I experienced and what I went through. And you hear me say it all the time, I watch us believe and believe and believe. And we see our brother with 4 or 5 luxury cars. But the white man ain't right. About the church and a lot of these religious leaders. 4 or 5 luxury cars, Mercedes-Benz, Rolls-Royce. And they gave us a can to go out and collect to get them a limousine. And I said, oh, hell no. I barely got bus fare. Well, I like giving this man money to get him another limousine he don't need. They need money. They need money, and the brothers giving and giving and giving. Instead of buying a damn Rolls Royce, teach the brothers how to make them suits that you wear. Teach the brothers how to be mechanics and carpenters, electricians and plumbers. Religion has got us so in awe. We want to be every damn thing except loving who we are. Huh? Our Muslim leaders have been silent what they're doing in Africa. Like I say, don't no Arab care about you saying Assalamu alaikum? Just a nigga saying Assalamu alaikum. No one in the Ku Klux Klan care about you saying praise the Lord. And African leaders, because of religion that we're talking about, have been silent about it. There's a young sister who was from Guinea. And she wanted to go over to Kuwait. Well, black men went over to Kuwait to get Saddam's foot off the Kuwaiti's neck. And she went to Kuwait. She got there and said, oh, assalamu alaikum rahmatullah barakatuh. Arabic, wa alaikum salam, nigga. And she went in and thought, where's my room? Oh, niggas don't sleep in the house, sleep out there with the cows. And the little sister was heartbroken, a teenager. Huh? A teenager. And they were selling them on social media. Black bodies, day in and day out, are shipped from Saudi Arabia back to Kenya, Ethiopia. Where ain't no Muslim saying a goddamn thing about it. All our community in Chicago. And we think we're doing something walking there. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum salam. What you want, Cheetos, Fritos, blunt? One sister, they had a breastfeeding puppies, and they killed her. One sister named Joyce. She wanted to go to Saudi Arabia. And she went to Saudi Arabia. They had to clean up the family of 18 people. And then they wasn't feeding her. We can all watch those on our phone. It's picking up, everything's picking up. They wasn't feeding her sister. Right? She called the agency who solicited to come over there.
Please put all phones on silent.
All right, thank you. Yes, please. It has been recorded. We're going to try to edit those out. But anyway, so the sister was heartbroken because she was Muslim. And she finally escaped. Before she escaped, what made her fight, I gotta get out there. She saw 2 SIM cards with blood-soaked clothing of Kenyan women. And they had killed 2 other Kenyan women on that property. But yet we're silent about that. Over religion. And I say this, I practice the African form of that tradition of Islam, like my teacher, but I'd rather take a drunk, as Khalid Muhammad say, a drunk brother eating pork, doing heroin, before I take some sand rat bastard Arab as my brother. I ain't gonna step over as Khalid Muhammad say, the brother in the gutter for no goddamn Arab. I'm raised first.
That's right.
Y'all all right?
That's right.
Am I right? We should never do that. Am I right?
That's right.
I should get applause for that, right?
That's right.
So we gotta urge our brothers. We need our brothers to speak up. All those who recognize the brilliance of Minister Louis Farrakhan, brothers, ask them to speak up about that, please. Imams, sheikhs, Kramoko, let's go to all the imams. When you go to Africa, there's a mosque on every block. But Africa's suffering. The Saudis don't want to help Africa out. Everybody wants to build a mosque. All African brothers, as my teacher was telling me, there's no such thing as a Muslim name. You're African with names like Sundiata, Kamara, and Jai, and everybody want to be Ali or Usman or Abu Bakr. Walk over your African name. Some of them who think they're the Marabous, they got Arab blood and they treat them better. Africa, Africa, Africa. We got to get on race first.
Got to.
Brothers, as I say, race first, economics.
That's right.
We got to stop spending our money with our enemy.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Sisters who style you up, you beautiful, you want to look like the white woman, wearing her styles, putting blue contacts in your damn pretty brown eyes. And a white woman want to be like you. You got this cracker cave woman doing 10,000 squats to look like you.
Tell it. That's right.
Doing push-ups to look like you. They perk her breast up. And yet, you spending money. We don't own no beauty supply houses. There's one here called Solo Beauty Supply. You got to support that system.
That's right.
Koreans owning all the hair cannons. Koreans running the nail shops.
That's right.
Chinese, all in Africa, taking all the resources of Africa. If we learn to pool our resources, Africa could have all of us free. We got to learn to spend the black dollar amongst ourselves.
That's right.
This is what Booker T. Washington was talking about. This is what Booker T. Washington wanted for us. One time they were building he taught them in Tuskegee how to lay bricks. And one young man, I didn't come here to build bricks. And the one teacher said, "Where you from, boy?" He said, "I'm from Dalton, Alabama." He said, "How many people in Dalton, you want to speak Greek, huh? How many people in Dalton, Alabama speak Greek?" But how many people in Dalton, Alabama need a home? So we got to get back to industry. We got to stop making our young people want to be rappers and ball players. Mexicans taking over our community. Race first, interracial nation. Race first.
Race first.
Race first.
Race first.
Race first teaches us that we got to honor the black woman.
That's right.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Look at this. Get out of here. Race first understands what Dr. Collins said. Give me a black goddess sister, I can't resist her. No stringy haired, blonde haired, blue-eyed, grafted, recessive, depressive, iron boy backside. Straight up, straight down, no frills, no thrills. With 6 o'clock, subject to have the itch. You can know a cockazoid, white cave, can't cuss with Dr. Washington. God damn it, if the white woman cannot use your comb, you better not bring her home. We got to start being race first and killing over the black woman. See, these old Arabs got our beautiful sisters working behind, the counters, hitting on them, messing with teenage girls.
That's right.
He got his woman all wrapped up. You better not look at an Arab woman over there. But he want to disrespect your woman. So in race first, we must respect and protect the black woman. Because she's the first teacher, she's the first mother, and sisters, you are beautiful the way you are. If you're thin, you're beautiful. If you're medium weight, you're beautiful. Damn it, if you're thicker than a Snicker, you're still beautiful. Let's give our black women a hand. Yeah. Y'all can do better than that. I said, let's give our black women a hand, damn it. As I begin to conclude and bring up my teacher, I want to say we have no friends. Nobody loves African people. You heard Jesse Jackson and our brothers defend the Palestinians. The hell with them damn Palestinians. They come over here, they the ones that selling drug paraphernalia. They come over here, they the ones that sell us bad meat. Let them kill each other for all I care.
That's right.
That ain't my concern. My concern is for our people. My concern is for us in the diaspora. My concern is for our children. The Indian, we want to be Native Americans now. Now we want to be goddamn Sitting Bull and Hiawatha. I ain't no African, I'm Indian. If you understand about the Cherokee and the 5 civilized tribes, if you got Indian, them Indians were worse and hard off on you than the white folks were. When they let us go in 1865, June 19th, the Native American reservation still had their slaves. Indians don't care about black people. We understand their struggle, we respect those that fall. But man, I'm race first. You're not no damn Indian. Yes, we were here first. We came from Africa. We were already here. Where the hell you come from? All civilization begins out of Mother Africa.
That's right. Absolutely.
Right. Brother was saying India was all part of Africa. You look over there now, what you see the Indians over in India, the ones who Columbus thought he was seeing, they black. Look at the so-called, I forgot, the Gerada tribe. They black, they look like Africans.
That's
There's
right.
one tribe, I was just looking up, I wish I could think of their name. They, to this day, they don't let nobody over there. They fight with their born arrows. You ain't, white folks ain't coming over there.
That's right.
And they black as the ace of spades.
That's right. I read about
But poo-poo don't like you.
it. No.
Look when you walk in this store. Don't come in here. You're not going to buy anything. No, you don't have your, the price of the thing is $4.52. You have $4.51. I cannot serve you.
That's the truth.
Mexicans, you in love with the damn Mexican because you had a taco with Paco.
Yeah, tell it, man.
Paco don't give a damn about you. We got them in Chicago, they housing the Mexican. I'm with Trump on that. If it was up to me, I'd get a big old Greyhound bus. Come on, Paco. Come on, Maria. Gonzalez, get your ass on this bus and take their ass back to Mexico.
That's right.
Tell it like it is.
China, look at how China were killing Africans over in China. How racist they are in China. So we have no friends. Let us unite with ourselves. Gain them respect, then maybe you can get some friendship.
That's right.
And I was so proud to see the fight that happened on the docks. That was race first.
Yes, it was.
We say we don't come together, we come together under the wrong leadership who take advantage of us. I was so proud of our brother. So I thank you so much. Thank you. And I'm gonna bring on my teacher. He's a bad man. I seen him murder a rock, injure a stone, hospitalize a brick. He's so mean he make medicine sick. I seen him wrestle with an alligator, tussle with a whale, handcuff, lightning, thrown thunder. He's a bad man. So fast with his whip. He cut the lights off, was in bed before it was dark. But wasn't our brother Ali a bad man? Wasn't
Yes,
he?
he was.
I would do impression, but I'm gonna bring on my teacher. Let's bring on our teacher, the honorable master teacher, my Quran local, Mr. Iba Njai. Give him a hand. Can we hear him?
All right. Thank you all. My greetings to all the brothers and sisters. And I hope you hear me. Hello, can you all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, Carlos.
We're gonna get
All right. So from the motherland, my greetings and blessings. And I'm really pleased to be part of this day of celebration in remembrance of one of our greatest teachers, messengers, the Honorable Garvey. And what really is important to me is the spirit of Pan-Africanism. And in terms of being there for each other, showing love, inspiring, teaching, guiding the younger generations, this is a very, very fulfilling, very important mission. Yes, it is important to stand up, to speak out, and to make sure our people understand the issues. Because in this so-called globalized world, unfortunately, up to now, we are not the one to set the rules. We are actually being forced to play a game, but the referees set the rules without us. And whether we are on the motherland or in the diaspora, if you look at how things are happening, who is making decisions, who is feeling the impacts, the effects of those decisions, it seems that it is all against us, African people, Africana people. And on many occasions, unfortunately, we hear from brothers and sisters from one side or the other that we need to fight our separate fights, thinking that we can win when we use nationalities, we take boundaries that we did not set into considerations, thinking that from one country to the next, our various leaders can stand up and win the battle for us. We are not thinking hard enough. We are not paying close attention to the arguments developed by people like Garvey, who understood for a long time and way earlier than the rest of us in terms of generational fight and sources of inspiration, that just like Africa used to be one through our great empires, talk of Ethiopia, talk of Mali, talk of the Songhai, it is important that today in the globalized scene, we also come together as one nation. I would not speak specifically of race, because to me, we are the #1 human race, and all the other concepts of race actually came out of us. It is being used, I think, to actually lead us astray. I would not say race first. I would say Africa, Africana people first. Because the definition of race in the schools, in the media, again, is being somehow used against us, to separate us. Many of the people I talk to in various African countries today, many of the people I encounter around the world, including in the US, seems to believe today that race is the European construct. But when we say Africa, Africana people, then we understand that we need to come together as one. And with what is happening over there on one side of the family, understanding the issue, the government system, the power structure, the so-called development issues, and how finance and economics is being used to siphon our energy, monopolize our resources, keeping us into poverty while we are the richest people in the world, making us to believe that Africa is poor, that African Americans are poor. This is a very big mistake that we are swallowing through the definition or the labels or the legal, norms in terms of black race, white race, red race, and so forth. So let's focus on ourselves. Let's think broadly. Let's come together as one big nation. And just like our ancestors were able to build the most powerful, most prosperous, most stable countries in the world, making us all one nation, as the great empire of Mali, great empire of Songhai, let us make a great empire of African people today. You can call it whatever you want, but with the resources we have, the talents we have today, and champions like the brothers, sisters I heard today, I see today, I'm 100% sure that victory will be ours. May Ma continue to inspire us. May Ma guide us. May Ma bless us. Let's believe in ourselves and make it happen. Africa is one. Ma bless. Thank you.
I want to thank that brother, give him another round of applause. Also want to give our brother Chief Kamara another round of applause. Brother came up here and spoke about some of the disparities of what we are going through as a people. And again, and my brother Marua is definitely in the building. Happy to see my brother. It's been a long time.
Yeah, too, yes.
And, you know, me and this brother sat and talked about things because at one time we were running a beautiful combination of Garveyism and the Moorish Science Temple of America in one house. In one house, harmoniously. Because you know what we did? As our brother Kamara said, we took the religion out of it.
That's right.
There's a more detrimental situation that no matter what your religion is, it has nothing to do with the pain and anguish and suffering that we are going through today and have always been going through. But you know what I say about that? Have you not made it through all the things you've been through? Have you not made it? You're here. We are all here. And there is one common denominator.
Come on. Come on.
We are all the human. And the concept of race comes from us. The human. We are all of different hues. But since they've replaced hue with color. So whatever you want to call it, just know we are one. And we can have all the riches, we can have all the power, we can come move close together. We can even get our economics together. As our brother Marcus Garvey so wanted for us. Gave us that divine economic plan. Right?
Yes, that's right.
But you know what we're stuck doing? We're in our own way. All the time, tripping over our own feet. All the time. What we must do today is come together in the mind first. See, sometimes we're too busy putting that physical before the mental, and you can't do that. Because there is a process to action. And it first starts with the thought. If we come together on one accord, on one thought, oh man. Thought is definitely the cause of it all. Everything that was in here was a thought. You were a thought. Right?
That's right.
So let's get to the pinnacle of things first. We got to start from the thought and let it fall.
Yes.
Is that understood?
Yes, sister. Yes, yes, yes.
And another thing that we must have is, you see these two gentlemen standing next to me? Protection. We can have all the things that we want, all the things that we talked about, all the things that the great Marcus Garvey set forth, but what is it if you can't protect it? You have to be able to protect what you have. All the other races, so-called. But see, we're the only ones running around here just being participants. We just merely being participants. And you ask participants of what? You tell me. Because everybody would have a different answer. So what that shows that we are not on one accord in thought. The object is race first.
That's it.
That's it. That's the only solution is race first.
That's it.
Let's get our minds right. Because that's why we keep going left and getting left. Getting left.
That's right. Well,
Because our minds are not right. I'm gonna cut it short because I got another speaker to introduce. But I just want to build upon some of the things that my brother has said and some of the things that I've heard today. But we have a sister coming up. Speaking of economics, We have a sister coming up. I'm just going to read a little bit, just the introduction here. It's called the Black United Fund of Illinois. And the acronym is BUFI. The Black United Fund of Illinois, Inc., BUFI, is a non-profit, tax-exempt, federated organization and a social movement designed to improve the quality of life for African Americans through reliance on self-help at the local community level.
Yes.
And me and the sister said, we didn't talk long, but you know, I feel people out, feel her spirit, and I definitely love her energy. And I want to bring her up. Her name is Miss Sister Carolyn Day.
Thank you. It is always a pleasure to ask and receive the honor of coming to speak to the community and our people. This brother, I thank you for just finding me, one of the flock. And my prayer always is that my words and my heart be acceptable unto the hearing of your spirit. As sister said, I am the executive director of the Black United Fund of Illinois. And Marcus Garvey is definitely one of our ancestors for sure, because we were birthed out of the Black United Front with one of our ancestors, Henry L. English, Dr. Conrad Worrell, and our current leaders now, Bob Starks, Bernard Williams, and a host of others. And so it's an honor to be the caretaker of the organization because the plan is already set.
That's right.
I'm just the caretaker. We are kings and queens that walk amongst the people.
Yeah.
There's no hierarchy. I don't have any identity crisis. My father's family comes from Louisiana. We know that port. My mother's family comes from Georgia, and we know that port. So my family doesn't have to look for Ancestry.com.
Yeah.
We keep the story going on in our family. We know who we are, and we have always honored the elders, the storytelling, the elders. That's the wisdom that keeps people saying, I don't know where her self-confidence comes. It comes from my people speaking to me and hoping that others will be accepting as I am experiencing things through life and service, that it will be a blessing to others. But the Black United Fund has been around a little over 30, I would say close to 33 years. And we are a federation of a number of non-for-profits. We were founded on payroll deduction. That means people that worked in state, federal government, the post office, the anywhere in Cook County University, or even the water reclamation. They gave and continue to give a portion of their payroll to the organizations that that are affiliates. And that came about to say that we are the Black version, if you will, of the United Way. Our organization sued the United Way in the 70s to get federated status because there was a power to be that Black folks didn't have money and that we couldn't collectively put our monies together to fund the things that we're passionate about. And when we're passionate about something, you need to create a non-for-profit. And you need to have someone mentor you with that non-for-profit to know where your funds go, to have your directors and officers insurance. When we now begin to inherit funds or win the lottery, don't go cash that money. Create a non-for-profit that can last for generations and support the mission that you want. And that's what we do. When we raise money, we then twice a year divide that money and give it right back to all of the organizations. And pretty much when anyone calls on us, no matter how big or small, we try to respond because we know self-sufficiency is very important. And it can be something as small as someone needing their house exterminated because of bed bugs, or needing new mattresses because the house has been exterminated and they don't have any more mattresses. Under my administration, we definitely believe in giving people their dignity. So we don't call you out and say what we did. You'll never see me on the news calling someone's name about what, we did for someone. Dignity is very important. We have fed plenty of people, more than 10,000 during COVID. We're always hiring. We have a staff of over 120 people, and not one person was inconvenienced during COVID. It says a lot. We know that when the strong pillars of a large organization pass away, oftentimes the organization folds. We meet payroll. All 20 of those people know me. They have my number. So my thing is, it's really, really important that whatever you're passionate about, use the economics to be self-sufficient and create a non-for-profit. We will help you with that. Even if it's not for you, think about your legacy, your grandchildren, your neighbors' children, your aunts. We had student interns this summer, and 2 of them worked with me, and we literally worked together to teach these young people how to write a grant based on the things that they were passionate about, and then prepare the paperwork to establish as a non-for-profit. Now they're 21. I told them at this moment they can't probably appreciate it, but there will come a time, just like when we were younger, our relatives told us, you learn how to type, you'll always have a job. Well, if you learn how to write a grant, read a grant, monitor a grant, review a grant, you'll have some money. I won't say you always have a job. But the idea is that our spirit is not designed to work for someone else. Our spirit is not designed if it's not fulfilling what we're doing. We have been self-helping, we have been doing caretaking. As a little girl going to check on Miss Jones, reading somebody's email, opening their mail to read their mail, taking a plate of food. We have been doing that. Philanthropy is the word. We never call that philanthropy. We go check on somebody. We take a plate to somebody. So we know that. So let's organize it and make it to a point of self-sufficiency. There are some communities in this city that has never relied on the city or a welfare system because their community on their block have just taken care of each other. I tell you this because I know and I've witnessed it. So it's really, really important. And when we get to that place of a blessed way to live, we should not look our nose down and think that we're better. We should not. We are all kings and queens, and we're all working and walking amongst the people to bring folks on. So I'll leave my flyer here. You can always reach us at www.bfi.org. Again, we're the Black United Funds of Illinois. I'm accessible. We're at 1809 East 71st Street. Again, it is all about self-sufficiency and helping people help themselves. Thank you.
All right.
Let's give that sister another round of applause. Okay. So just to touch on what the sister spoke about, I like the name of the organization that she is a part of, with the key word being united.
Yes.
Again, I'll say this again, to be united in the flesh is to be united in the mind. We have to think on one accord, and I can't stress that enough. There has to be a system. There has to be one thought that we move under. And Marcus Garvey gave us one. Race first. Let's always remember that. I don't care if you're Christian. I don't care if you're Muslim. I don't care if you're Muslim. I don't care if you're a Buddhist. I don't care if any of that. Because outside of that, that only matters in your circle. Outside the Moorish of America, I am simply sight back. Or as my brother likes to call me by my African given name, is back, which means I come back. Okay, and I was given it because a lot of people say I'm a spitting image of my mother all the time. So, and they called her mother, and I was given that name through that. However, Let's listen to our souls. Our souls are our God. It's our God. See, there's three things that lead to action. The thought, which is the spirit of a man. The soul, which is the driver of man. And then you have the body, which is the vessel of man. Everything has to work from thought down. That is called the fall. And what comes out of that fall is the creation. We have to think on one accord, race first, to create the action of race first. We say it a lot. We say it a lot. But we have to create, what does the action of race first look like? That's something to ponder seriously. What does that look like to you? Can you close your eyes and envision it? Can you see it? Does it resonate? Make it resonate so much that this is something that when you wake up every day, all that's on your mind is race first. Every day. All right, so now we have our next speaker, which I was told is Dr. Wash. Dr. Wash, that's
Dr. Wash. No, that's Dr. Wash. I suspect it's gonna be after Dr. Wash.
Okay. Dr. Wash, now is Dr. Wash present?
Yes,
Okay. I need to know if you were on live or if you were here. But let's bring up our sister, Dr. Wash.
Right. Good afternoon, brothers and sisters.
Good afternoon.
When Chief called me and asked me to speak, I told him that I wasn't doing any more public speaking because I have a medical condition that's interfering with my memory. But I would ask one of the staff people to speak for me. However, when he got back with me Thursday to remind me, I had spoken with the staff person, but I didn't give her the date, so she wasn't able to make it today, so here I am. All right. So just bear with me. If it looks like I forgot something, I probably did.
That's all right.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm Dr. Hattie Wash. I'm the CEO and founder of Images. Images is an outpatient, not-for-profit counseling and psychological services agency. We're located at 7601 South Costner, inside the Ford City office building. We have been in existence since 1992. We are African-American owned and operated organization, and we are a not-for-profit.
All right.
We provide services to what I call underserved populations and populations that the mainstream or other not-for-profits do not want to service. For example, we service alcohol and drug addicted persons. We service the acute mentally ill person. We service sex offenders, perpetrators who are returning to the community. All three of those populations are populations that are looked down by society, you know, and are believed to be people who are unredeemable. That's not how we see them. We see them as human beings. 90% of our populations are African American men. You know, most of them are involved in the criminal justice system. Most of them feel unwanted and not needed. Our goal is to bring them, provide them with the understanding that they are worthy and capable and that they are needed. they are needed in the African American community. We need our black men.
Come on,
You
say
know,
that.
so we do everything that we can to encourage them, to let them know that they are worthy, and also let them know that they are needed. Needed by the community, needed by their family, needed by their children. Did you know that alcoholism and drug addiction is the #1 health and social problem affecting African Americans?
Yes, yes.
Alcohol and drug addiction, in terms of death, is more death than cancer, diabetes, heart disease. You know, alcohol and drug addiction, you know, has negatively impacted our communities.
Respect.
In terms of the social problem, you know, families that have been torn apart because their fathers or mothers are currently in the criminal justice system, incarcerated or returning back to the community. There are, in terms of the problem related to drug addiction, most of the problems is related to okay, I lost my thought again, so bear
It's all right.
Let me get back to it. You know, what I wanted to talk about is the fact that the crime that's associated with drug addiction, you know, we believe that, you know, it's just people fighting each other, but it has to do with the drug market.
That's right.
You know, who's going to control the drugs in the city of Chicago. So all of these drive-by killings that we see on the expressway, people being killed in their homes, those are drug related. You know, we don't want to think they're drug related, and the media does not project it as drug related. They project it as these are just black people fighting among themselves. But this has to do with territory. Who's going to control the drug business in the city of Chicago? So all this drive-by shootings is all related to who's going to control the drugs.
True.
There's 2 types of drugs. So let me talk about the 2 types of drugs. We have the drugs that comes from plants. You know, that's your heroin and come from the poppy plant, and other drugs that people use pretty much for medical, like the what is it called, the morphine. You know, that comes from the poppy plant also. That's basically used in the hospitals. That's not a drug that is usually abused out on the streets. But you have the heroin, you know, which is abused. And people start using heroin, they become addicted. They become addicted to that drug. You know, that drug comes from a plant. Also, you have the marijuana, which now has become legal in the city of Chicago, state of Illinois, which is a very, very bad idea. I don't believe that it should be legalized, because what you have now is all these young people being strung out on marijuana, staying at home, smoking marijuana, day up in the morning to late at night smoking marijuana. Are they smoking legal marijuana? No. They're smoking marijuana off the streets. You know, but because it's legal and you can smoke marijuana inside your home, nothing is going to happen to them. However, these young people are not going to be able to get jobs, you know, because most jobs still require drug testing. Marijuana also, you know, comes from the earth. So they call it herb and all sorts of crazy stuff like that to give them justification for smoking it. So if I'm stepping on some toes, I'm sorry, you know, in here. But we have clients who have come to us as a result of smoking marijuana because they have lost their jobs, you know, because the jobs are giving them drug testing, you know. So even though it's legal, you know, it's just like alcohol. If you're not using it in your home, if you're using it while you're driving, you can get a DUI. If you get a DUI is something that always stay on your record. It can never be expunged. Two things stay on your driver's record. That's a DUI and a sex offense. Those two things can never be expunged from your driver's record. The other type of drugs are drugs that are man-made drugs. And these are the drugs that are creating problems today, more so than the heroin. Heroin has been around in the African American community for a long time. I don't know if you remember in the 1960s when there was an epidemic in New York with people becoming addicted to heroin. And we also know in the 70s and 80s that crack cocaine came into the community, and it was put in the community by the CIA. One of the reasons why crack and cocaine came into the community, it was the CIA's way of dispensing or not dispensing. It was their way of controlling or dealing with the Black Power movement. The Black Panthers, yes, the Black Panthers, the US organization with Dr. Karinga, all these nationalist organizations that were out there where Black people were actually getting together, organizing, and moving the African American group forward. You know, so the CIA dumped crack cocaine in our communities. Right. And as a result of them dumping crack cocaine in our communities, you know, we have a whole generation of children who are now young adults who are victims of that because their parents, all these young kids out of this carjacking and all that type of stuff, that's because they have no direction at home right now. You know, and if you look into those families, you will see that one or more of their relatives are addicted to crack cocaine. You know, so again, crack cocaine, it comes from the poppy plant. You know, it's a form of regular cocaine that has been altered, you know, or cooked, so it becomes crack. What we have now out there is the designer drugs, which is the problem, which are the fentanyl, you know, and the meth. Black folks are being addicted to the fentanyl because what they're doing is putting the fentanyl on top of the marijuana, you know, and therefore you only need a little fentanyl, you know, and you can OD on that. You know, you have the meth, white people are doing the meth. Black people don't do too much meth. You know, that's a white drug, urban, rural drug, you know, but you have these designer drugs out here that's basically in pills who are affecting the middle class white kids. So now you have all this money that's being put out there to treat drug addiction, but it's not for our people. Right. You know, it's for these white kids who are become addicted to drugs and stuff. You know, so well, fortunately, not unfortunately, fortunately, because we are providing services to alcohol and drug addicts, we do benefit a little bit from those services, so we're able to, you know, turn that around and, you know, and help our people, you know. But those are the two types of drugs that are out there. You know, we provide what is called non-medical treatment. Non-medical treatment means that we do not provide medications such as methadone or Suboxone. You know, we don't provide any of that, so we don't treat the heroin addict. You know, our program are considered drug-free because they come to us once a week for traditional outpatient services, and they come in for an hour or 2 hours for individual counseling and an hour or 2 hours for group counseling. There's our outpatient substance abuse treatment program. They also have what we call intensive outpatient treatment. That's where they have to come to us 3 days a week because their uses of drugs is so intense that they need a structured environment. So we try to give them a structured environment during 3 days a week, not in an inpatient setting, but in an outpatient setting where they're still able to go back home and take care of their families. The sex offender program that we have, we got a lot of pushback on that program for a while, but these are clients, when people think about sex offenders, they think about the pedophiles. These are men who abuse children. But there's a whole range of sex offenders. It's not just, you got the people who are the exhibitionists who are showing themselves. And right now we have the internet. So we get a lot of clients from the internet. What they're doing is soliciting minors on the internet. Is that they don't realize that the internet is governed by the government, so they're able to find out most of the time what you're doing on that internet. So you're soliciting minors, and you can talk to a minor, but once you set that process up, when you cross that line, they got you, So we have a lot of black men coming to us because they are using the internet inappropriately, So it's not just, most of our guys are not pedophiles, Sometimes another area that we have are guys older men who are having sex with teenagers. If you have sex with anybody under the age of 17 and under, and you're 3 years older than that person, you will be charged with a sex offense. So it's not the pedophiles that everybody think about, people messing with little children. That's a very small percentage of the people that we service, So those are the treatment services that we have. I have written a book. It's called Culturally Specific Treatment, a model for the treatment of African American clients. I found that when I graduated, and actually went into the field to provide services, that the services that I had been taught was not applicable. They were not working with our clients. So over the years, I developed a model. My model looked at relationships, because we are constantly involved in relationships, and it's either one or more of those relationships that our clients have with family, with other people, with institutions, spirituality, all the relationships that they have in those areas. Once that they're involved in alcohol and drug addiction, and also in inappropriate sexual behavior, I find that one or more of those relationship areas have become dysfunctional. But basically what I've found recently is that all of them have been negatively impacted, by the choices that they have made. So basically that's it. I guess I did okay. I only stumbled a few times where the brain was not catching up.
You did fantastic. You did fantastic. We can get you. You did great. You.
Like I told you, I am 75.
That's all right. Good. Very enlightening.
One more round of applause for our She explained beautifully and eloquently of the issues that face our people as far as the interferences of getting our minds right.
Correct.
And they are indeed interferences. And they are very real interferences. And I like the fact that she pointed out about the pedophile. So many of our brothers are messed up on that, for maybe having sex with a young girl that was maybe a couple, just two years down. And that's a mark that's not only on their back, but they have to wear it on their chest. And it's very unfortunate, because that's just another way that the system is designed to keep us down. Don't get it twisted. The European knows who we are. And they're really running scared now because basically they're dying. They're dying. And no matter how much they try to choke us, to hang us, to kill us, to shoot us, to rape us.
Still not DNA.
Still not DNA.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that melanin is a stock option?
Yeah.
That's right. It is.
Melanin is a stock option
Being sold.
worth more than gold.
Yeah.
And we get our brothers and sisters that end up in the deserts with their organs out of their bodies.
That's right.
Our organs are better than theirs.
Everything.
High price for our organs. Y'all want to be a part of us so bad, but y'all hate our guts. Wow. Isn't that so oxymoronic?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That ought to tell you that ought to just tell you something about us, man. That speaks volumes about who we are as a people. We can go out in the sun, be out there all day. Don't even burn. But then they'll peel and crack all over the place and bleed. Take advantage of some of the things that we can do that they can't. They try to take dance classes to dance like us, to twerk. But if our brothers and sisters really know where that came from, they wouldn't misuse that type of dance. Everything that is upon this earth, we did that. We created that. We started that. And it's so much like this BBL thing is getting out of control.
Go ahead, sis. Right.
This BBL thing is getting out of control. Those of you who don't understand what the BBL is,
Talk on it.
the Brazilian butt lift.
Wow.
So,
And them European women started getting them first. They started getting them first, and they like, oh, I want that thing to be thanging like them over there. Their lips, they get Botox to widen their eyes. As you know, if they get enough of that Botox, it opens their eyelids. They get Botox in their lips to get them nice and luscious like ours. They said no, they got no paper thin lips. Paper thin, almost razor thin. If you get my drift. Be proud of who you are, beautiful people. We come in, so you can mix us with anything, and we make it beautiful. And they try to get mad at that one drop, or you got one drop in you, then you them. Acting like somebody's supposed to be mad at that. Act like we supposed to be mad about that. Y'all got a drop of us in y'all anyway. Because who you think the mother of civilization was? You got cast out. We ain't gonna go too deep though. I'm gonna say that for another time. But you got cast out. Because you accepting the teachers of God that you know nothing about. You were cast out to the Caucasus Mountains, living in caves. And then we were gonna allow you to come back. We had to teach you how to do stuff like bathe, eat with utensils, be civilized, walk, don't crawl. You thought the Europeans thought they were animals. And still are. They have animal DNA. That's why they get so mad at us, but they can't help it because we keep growing. We keep going. We keep multiplying.
are they dying? They can't understand. They're like, man, how many of them we gotta kill to stop this? They don't understand it. They don't understand how the Egyptians built the pyramids from the top down. They don't understand that. And in those pyramids, the first thing you see when you walk in it, man, know thyself.
Yes, that's true.
That's what we must do. All right? Are we getting ready to close out? We're gonna get Brother
Yeah, we
Marco.
got to give our sister and
Yeah.
Brother Lord.
Okay,
Yeah,
so which one you want to go first?
my sister, Yes, ma'am.
Come on up here, sister. I don't even know your name, but I love your color. Dr. DeVoe.
No.
No, Dr. No Poco. Welcome, sister.
Welcome to Brother Negative, man.
Yeah. All right.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
And thank you for having me. It is a pleasure to speak about healing because so many people are sick. And we don't even know how many people are sick out here. We, as I spoke with the United Negro Improvement Association, we are in a state of emergency. And we're not doing much about it. So today I want to say thank you for the life of Marcus Garvey.
All right.
He put something on my mind. And at the end of his talk, he said, "One love." And we are part of the One Love Healing Village out in Pembroke, Illinois. And after listening to Marcus Garvey that day, I felt that we should be doing something with the choir. I felt that we should be putting something out there at the land representing Marcus Garvey.
That's right.
My son went to Marcus Garvey Elementary School. But I never heard this man speak. I heard all in the ethers his name, but I never knew much about him. If we take a survey and we stand right here with a microphone and we ask everybody that walk past here, do you know who Marcus Garvey is? How many people would know? How many people knew that not only he stood for blacks, but one of the things they said was he brought together millions of blacks without the internet.
Come on, man.
Without social media. They were afraid of him. This man was too much. In that day that he lived in. And one of the things he stated was, even after I die, 400 years after I leave this planet, I will still be doing the work. Did he say that?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did.
So I feel like we need to do something at the One Love Healing Village. Because he's one love. And when he said it, I'm like, what? Did he say one love?
Sure did.
And we talk about one love, and it starts with ourselves.
Yes, it does.
Do you love yourself? And how much do you love yourself? Because we have a king, we have a queen, and we have a mother.
Yes.
I'm gonna give you this to go back. The king is consistency. And if you don't have consistency in what you're doing, it's just not gonna work out. You gotta keep at it. As the man said, get to it and stick with it. And that's the king. He's consistent. If you have a particular goal that you're trying to reach, it's consistency is going to get you there. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes.
That is every aspect of your life. Your money, your consciousness, your exercise, your water, getting the right rest, making sure you eat properly. That's consistency. But the queen, she represents discipline.
Mm-hmm. Say that.
And they work together.
Mm-hmm.
The queen is what?
Discipline.
Discipline.
Are you listening to me?
Yes.
Do you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Because in order to be consistent, you gotta have discipline to get up and do what it is to be consistent.
That's right.
Is that right?
That's right.
And so now we have a monarch. And the monarch is integrity. Because the king and the queen had a child, and they taught the monarch how to have integrity, which starts with you. One love. One love. So I'm trying to bring this picture, and I want to put you in it. And in this frame that I see in this picture, is I want you to get in this frame. In this frame is you. Put yourself in this frame and ask yourself, am I the best I can be on August the 12th, 2023?
Come on.
The time, what is 4 o'clock? 5:05.
Come on.
Ask yourself, in this picture of yourself, as you see yourself today, and the sister said when she got up, she said, I may not, but remember that everything that happens with the mind starts with the body. And if the human body is not properly connecting itself to the biochemical elements in the body, the brain is not going to get it. So we have to start with what's happening on a biochemical level, in essence, of every connection that we need that comes from the brain, from the spinal cord, to the gut, to the heart, and back around again. Because we were taught certain things, and I don't know if you know that I hail from Dr. Sabi, and I've been knowing him since 1995, and I live with this man. And so many things that he said is still happening today. However, he always remembered to tell me that if you don't take care of yourself first, no matter what goes on in your world, who is first? Who's first? But we don't always do that. When you're on the airplane, they say to you that in order to help anybody else on the plane, you have to put the mask on you first.
That's right.
So in this picture, as we were speaking earlier today, I want to see you as your own personal avatar. And then we go by this letters of abbreviations. It says EARTH. Spells earth. The E says eat from the earth.
That's right.
And try to eat as fresh as you can. So, we got to make a little more effort now because we're not getting what we're supposed to get in our neighborhoods when it comes to the right foods to eat. We get third-class food. You really don't know it, but go up north and you'll see it.
Say it.
You will not see the same quality food When we go to fresh farms, I send my patients there. Because if I send them the patients to Pete's, they look pretty, but cut an apple and open and see what's inside. I mean, we've been tricked about it so many times, the food that we're eating. So I want to lay it out for you. If I can get anybody here to commit to at least 30 days and don't eat the animal.
No animal.
No animal. Okay, wait.
No animal.
30 days,
Why?
don't eat the animal.
Why?
Okay, why? Well, first of all, the animal creates a lot of inflammation. And my experience with Dr. Sabi is that when I first met him, he was a vegan, and I didn't understand it very much. That, to me, is the world will change when you don't eat the animal.
That's right.
What does that mean? That means that everything around you changes because the frequency inside of you changes.
That's right.
Yes.
Now, what kind of frequency do you bring?
Hi.
Now, we have people who have high energy, but we have people that do not. And all that's responsible for the mitochondria is in the body.
Yes.
I mean, I can go into details about all of it, because usually I have a script before me and I speak on certain subjects, hidden various parts of the human body. However, I'm speaking just from you.
Yes. Yes.
So if you tell me about a condition you want to talk about today, speak it out and I'll make reference to it right here, right now.
High blood pressure.
Yeah?
High blood pressure.
Okay, that's a big one. Because most Black people suffer from high blood pressure. Starts with diet and stress and movement and water. And you can get those numbers down. Is that right, Iro?
Absolutely.
Anybody else?
Diabetes.
Diet. Number one, what you put in your mouth. Water. How much water are you drinking? So you really actually should drink half your body weight in water.
Should or should not?
You should.
You should.
Drink half your body weight in water. If you weigh 130 pounds, then you know what you should be drinking.
In ounces. In ounces.
In ounces. And not only how much you drink, but what kind of water are you drinking? Because they're fooling us in the market today with this plastic bottle of water. And the plastic is leaking into the water. And so there's so many things that we need to look at in terms of keeping this body straight. Because what you smell messes with the liver. What you touch on your hands messes with your liver. What you eat and the digestive connections with the digestive system is all connected. They all work in synergy. They work together. None is taking the well, I'm going to do this. No, they work together as a whole. So when we think about sickness and disease, what do you put in your mouth? Now, the standard American diet, what they say, SAD, is sad. We know that, but we don't have to dwell in it. We can do something different. I have never seen more people growing food now than I see today, because they're getting the message. That when you go to the store and you buy a plum and you spend, it's overpriced anyway, and by the time you get it home, it tastes like nothing.
Right. That's right.
There's no flavor in it. They took it off the tree before it riped, and they put it on the truck and the truck brought it to you, and that means that the sun did not give it the nutritional value that it's supposed to have. So therefore, you don't get it. So we're lacking in so many ways. So first thing, change your diet. And if you just can get off of meat for 30 days and eat raw. Okay. Can you do it?
That's right.
Yes, I tried, yeah, I tried.
Huh? Let's try it. Raw for 30 days. And it's called Earth, Wind, Fire, and Water. Eat from the earth, eat raw. Now, one of the places that we like to go is Jason. I don't like to advertise white people stuff, but that's where we go to get the salads. Okay, so, and not just go and get some farm food, because it's a wonderful time, because everything is in season, and watermelons is really off the chain right now. You can get some good watermelons, good cantaloupe, good honeydew melon, strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, peaches, all of that is enormously in stock right now for us to get. We can get our hands on these things. And in the meantime, what you can't get your hands on, you need to get to a black farm and bring these things into your home and put them in the freezer so you can have good food for the rest of the winter months. Right? So that you know what you're eating. You do not know what that white man has placed for you in those stores. It's a slow kill. You don't really know it. It's chemicals on all your food, everything. And I feel really bad because even with the fish now and the salmon, we've always wanted to eat salmon, and they put red dye on the salmon now. So what do? We're in a state, and the hospitals are full, and how many people do we lose in surgery? And how many people that are just not faring well with their health? Is the AMA the only source of health for you? No, it's not. When we look at what we brought to the table, what Dr. Sabi brought for us, there's many things that we have to bring to you. Eat from the earth. Wind means to get your rest. Fire, exercise. Now, I don't know if you realize, but exercise is just as important as drinking water. Surely. But most of us don't. And it's hard to get in a regimen and stay with it. But if we exercise, and then the next one is to give you rest. Make sure you get time to sit down and sleep when you need to sleep and get up when you need to get up. And give the body the time to refuel and rejuvenate. It's very important. So, for me, for any sickness and disease that is on this planet Earth, there is always a cure. And Sabi has taught me the formulas for how to reverse any pathology there is, unless we can get to them before it's too late. And I just put that out there. And I'm being a naturopathic doctor. I am a spine specialist, so I make sure that your spine is connected to every organ in your body. And once we do that, we bring life back to you. So today, I just want to say thank you for having me. I hope you got a little bit out of what I spoke about.
All right, excuse me, woman. Now, remember, we here, our brother opened up this, that's why we little tickets for 25. You didn't get a ticket, but make sure you see it, and so you get your general over there as well. You didn't see it, so. You want to make a donation?
You still have the cash out on, the St. Paul,
Yeah.
it should be in.
Okay, I got that, yeah. Anybody gets, so make sure you get your general to report, brother Dan. We'll bring our brother Brewer on.
Is you the host, am I the host?
I got it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I want to say that to make sure y'all, make sure y'all definitely make sure you get a meal if you don't allow. All right. Thank you. Go ahead, my sister. Pardon me.
All is truly well, all is truly well. Please let's give our sister another round of applause. That wealth of information. What I like to usually do, as you can see, I like to kind of elaborate on what everybody has spoke about, how it resonates with me, or any thing familiar about what I've heard. And when she mentioned the word earth, I have a lesson that I teach on that. And most people don't notice it. But when you take the H from the end and put it at the beginning, you get heart.
That's right.
You get heart. So that represents as above, so below.
That's right.
So if it's whatever you do has to be really in your heart to do it. As she spoke on, the 30 days of raw. I ain't gonna say no names or nothing like that, but there was a brother sitting next to me. I know y'all all saw him. He immediately looked at the menu over there where she said 30 days raw. But this is what I want you to do, what I want you to think about it. Don't think about it as, see, this is what I'm talking about, get our minds right, okay? See, immediately, a lot of y'all was like, oh man, I don't know. So y'all looking at it as a chore. It's not a chore. Again, earth with the H at the beginning means heart. This is good for you. So if it's really in your heart to do it, start small. Take small steps. How I became vegan, I don't know what happened to me, but all I remember, I used to love my mother's chicken. And I sat at the table, I was about to eat this piece of chicken, and my body said, I wish you would. And from that day on, I never touched meat again. It just happened. And I guess because I was on the ascension of my spiritual journey, and certain things that if my body would not let me ingest or let me hear. I had 2 strokes, and that opened up some stuff as well. And I didn't look at that as a negative thing. I looked at that as my God waking me up and letting me know I have ascended.
That's right.
I have ascended past certain things. So when we look at things as getting our mind right, like the sister said, it starts with what you put in your mouth.
That's right.
Because a lot of things, when these meats are prepared, essentially you're a zombie, because you're craving dead flesh, because it's absolutely dead when it comes, but they just inject it with the red dye and makes it look fresh. But it's absolutely dead, and you have to think about how this meat gets to you and how long it takes to get to you. Essentially, it's like cutting up a cow and leaving it on your counter and then deciding to eat it. So I don't too much discourage anyone from eating meat. What I encourage is everyone take it seriously about getting healthy.
Right.
Because it is a health journey. All the diabetes, all the heart problems, all of the mental problems, especially how that cow died, how that pig died, how that chicken died. When you ingest that, that's energy. You feel whatever that chicken felt. You get whatever that chicken got. How you die is how they feel. So just take it seriously. Take small steps. 30 days of raw. If you're doing 30 days of raw and you eat, you're eating all of it, if you eat all the meats or whatever, just start off by making your fruit and vegetable servings larger than your meat portions. Start that way. Reduce your meat portions. And then what you'll end up finding out, your body is going to talk to you. It's gonna let you did it for 3 days, 72 hours, just 3 days. You're gonna notice your vision getting better. You're gonna notice that your body, when you wake up in the morning, you ain't gotta sit on the side of the bed before you get up. You're gonna be able to just hop right up on out of it. Because what it's doing is your body is resetting. Getting back to the place we talk about our ancestors a lot, but we have to begin to eat how they ate. So that is my take on that, and I thank my sister for bringing that to the forefront. Because a part of who we are right now today, a lot of it is what we are eating, what we are ingesting by mouth and by your ears, what you're listening to. Because if you're putting stuff in your body, it's not conducive with your body. You're gonna talk. If you're eating, I'm not gonna say that word, but I can get real sometimes.
Eat junk.
You know, if you're eating junk, you'll speak it.
Speak junk.
So, as we draw to a close for our speaking engagement on the wonderful Marcus Garvey, which everybody has demonstrated that man today. When we did those libations, I felt all the ancestors in the room in spirit. So as we come to our last speaker, I would like to welcome up my brother Margo.
Yes, sir. Sorry about that. That's my president.
I'm still 401.
Yes, sir.
I'm still 401. You know?
I know I was, and I heard you, sister. I heard you loud and clear about that 30 days, and then you kind of reiterated. I ain't gonna be able to do it. I mean, you did this year. I mean, here, I love the food here. I love it.
We have 11 vegetables.
Right, you got plenty of vegetables. But I mean, brother, I like your pot roast and your meatloaf.
Get him credit.
But yeah, so thanks Chief Kamara for doing this event and asking me to come out. I know it's getting a little late and my stomach is kind of and also she just thank you for you and your announcements. Thank you. You know, it's real simple. And I'm just gonna like cut it to the chase, get right down to the nitty gritty. Oh, and also it's good to see you, Dr. Walsh. Good to see you. I know plenty of people who went through images and what you have done over there for Black. Thank you so much. I forget to sometimes. It's real simple. And I believe, I'm one of those people who believe most good ideas are simple.
Yes.
So, those of you all who don't know me, I'm Brother Marua. I'm the president of Division 401.
Yes, sir.
Of the Universal Improvement Association. That's the organization that Garvey started.
Come on.
All right now.
Honorable Marcus Garvey and his organization. See, being a Garveyite, because I'm what you call a Garveyite.
Yes, sir.
Being a Garveyite, you always hear Marcus Garvey, especially around us Black nationalists. You know, because we got different groups of black folks. You know, you got people who they come in, they might talk a little bit more about W.E.B. Du Bois. And Garvey, when we hear that, we start trying to move around a little bit. But we know that the black man, W.B. Du Bois, did some good things for black people. We know that. But being a part of the Universal Negro Improvement Association and running into people who start talking God, sometimes it can be a little tricky. Because to talk God and not talk his word is hypocritical.
Yeah.
It's like being a part of, talk Jesse Jackson and not talk Rainbow. Right. It would be hypocritical. Martin Luther King, when he, SCLC, right? Southern Christian Leadership Conference. But we hear God so much and we don't hear UNIA. But the purpose of the UNIA is to help all black people everywhere.
That's right. That's right.
It's no other purpose.
That's right.
The purpose is to bring African people to their greatness that we have had. We've had that before. The purpose is to do for our people, our family. The sister said, take care of yourself first. Did she say that?
Yes, sir.
The way in which I take care of myself first is to make sure my mama cool.
Come on.
I make sure that my children cool.
Come on.
I make sure that my brothers cool.
Come on.
Because I take care of them, I'm taking care of me. That's my family. Take care of them first. So we wonder what the problem is. How do we get economics? I'm gonna give you the solution. Race first.
Come on.
Bottom line.
It's real simple.
Real simple.
We talk about we ain't got nothing. We come up with a whole lot of good other things like unity and things like that. Unity does not necessarily take away from race first.
Come on.
Because in order to be race first, you have to unify.
Yeah.
You have to practice a campaign that we came up with in Division 401 called a hand-to-hand campaign.
Yes, sir. Come on.
I remember
Talk
that.
about
Yeah.
A hand-to-hand campaign said that your money, your black earned money, the money that your black hands was able to put themselves on, should not leave your black hand and go into another hand that is not black.
Come on.
So we said it like that because we want to make sure that, some of us start tripping like, hey, look, I got to go to Walmart. I'm going to Walmart. I'm going to Sam's Club. I'm going to, Target. Our people, we do that. We come up with any type of excuse to not agree sometimes.
Yeah.
But they'll tell us that. And you have to look at it and you say, okay, you still need to practice race first. Because I went into, before they started closing these stores down, one of the things that I was not seeing in these stores, I'm talking about the big box stores. I know some of y'all still going there. One of the things that I saw leaving the big box stores was black employees.
That's right.
So I had to make a decision if I had to go into one of them stores because I didn't call Joshua and get some laundry detergent from him. If I had to go into one of those places, I wanted to go into the one
Employing us.
race first, because I know I've seen plenty of businesses come into our community and they don't have ain't no black people in there.
At all.
And how you spend money and ain't no black people? I know how to stop it. Practice race first.
Come on.
That's how you stop it.
That's right.
Race first. So we talk about education, right? Education. The problem with our education and this and that. We mad because the white boy in Florida don't want to teach nothing good about black people. Okay.
Right. Come on. Teach us.
Race first.
Come on.
The thing is that you don't even have to go back and teach ancient history. We should be teaching current history.
Come on.
So I believe, and I've been around for a little while, I believe, right, that I believe that, you know, we still get prophets, we still get, you know, we still get holy men and women, you know, I mean, I believe that. And I believe, you know, we need to actually help because we wonder what to do with this millennium who moves so quick. What to do. So maybe if we don't make them go real far back in the beginning and start talking about Harriet Tubman,
Come on.
maybe we might want to tell them about a sister that we knew in Chicago, Sister McNair. Why not?
Come on. Come on.
You know, so let's or tell them about the sister, the Secretary General of the UNIA.
Come on.
Big sister. Why don't we talk about those current heroes and sheroes? Let's talk about them. So I think, right, how many of y'all seen the fight in Alabama? Right. The thing is that our own heroes, right? We need to get the name of that little brother who jumped in there and swam all across. That should be a common household name, that little brother right there. He swam all the way over there for his brother. That's race first. I mean, that should be something everybody should know. We should all know that that was just a 16-year-old young man. And he jumped over, he like, man. It looked like it was going down. That's what I love. I mean, that's some heroic stuff. So we should, you know, I mean, that's a new deal. That's race first, though. We're talking about the education, you know. When we look at it, you know, Marcus Garvey said a lot of things. He said that you should make sure that your children study science.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, say that again. Please, science, yes.
I mean, you know, and you know, science. I ain't necessarily care too much for science because I just didn't feel like reading no more. I mean, as a child, that's how I felt. It was like because you got to read one word more than one time sometimes. But the thing is that the whole issues and problems that we come up with, if we only practice race first, if we put our race first lens on, whenever we deal with it, everything will be all right. I mean, it's just so simple. You know, I mean, I don't care who it is. If it's a beggar that, you know, I race first on that, on who I give charity. So if it's a European standing there or somebody other than African, right, asking me for money, and there's somebody African there, guess what?
Right.
Come on.
I'm giving it to the African. I'm giving it to the African. And if I gave to the African 2 days ago, and it's a European standing there, and I ain't never seen that European, I'm still ain't giving it to him. I'm gonna save it for the African.
Come on, bro.
Because I'm race first.
Yes, sir.
And I realized that race first, if we practice it, that's all we got to do. Everything will change. Violence in our community, it'll cease to exist.
Yes, sir.
You know, my son did something so race first the other day, my youngest son. I mean, it was just straight race first. My son got shot. Yeah, anyway, he's okay.
Yes, sir.
So, my son told me, right, he said, you know, because I'm there doing, the only thing that I can do is just support, because that's the most powerless moment I've experienced in my life. But anyway, my son told me, he said to me, Dad, I don't know who shot him. He said, but I'm glad I ain't dead.
That's right.
He also said to me, right, he said, I know that I ain't did nothing that deserves being shot.
Come on, come on.
But he said, and this was the hit, he said, Dad, I don't know. And he said, you know what, Dad, I don't even want to know.
Come on, come on.
Race first.
Yes, sir.
Race first.
Yes, sir.
Race first.
I mean, you know, when you see something like that, I mean, and this is a young man, I mean, because I've heard the other side of so many times. If I find out, everybody gonna, you know, and the thing is that that's how we perpetuate some things. But my son said, I'm all right.
Yes, sir.
And I don't want to see another black man be hurt because of this. This is nothing. I'm all
Yes,
right.
sir. Yes, sir.
And that's how we need to operate.
Yes.
With race first, we take all the violence out of the community. It'll be gone.
Come on, come on.
It'll be gone.
Yeah.
Mental illness.
Yes.
Well, right, gone, because if you don't practice race first, you got to be straight mental illness.
You got to.
You got to have it.
Got it.
I'm diagnosing you. I'm a clinician. I'm diagnosing you.
Right.
Because if you don't think that you should take care of your own before you take care of other people, you got to be cut doggone crazy.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Race first. Race first and take care of that whole piece.
Right.
That whole piece right there, race first, you know, well, that part of it.
Yes, sir.
Sister talked about the drugs and alcohol. I mean, race first.
Yes,
Just think, if when you woke up, you felt the best you could feel about yourself. You just glad of who you are. You glad of where you came from. You glad of what you got. You glad of all the struggles that you know people that came through from, and you just feel good about yourself. You looking good. You feeling good about your, you know, all of that, your weight and everything like that. Just think. If that's how you feel, you don't need no drugs, do you?
That's right, sir. Come on.
Man.
That's right.
You ain't got to get high.
No, sir. I'm already.
Because it's already here.
Yeah.
It's right. They call it being intrinsic. It's in you.
Come on, come on.
You know, I mean, you ain't got to do that. It's there. Race first. Practice race first. All the issues that we got, they gone.
Fade away.
And we need to do that when we look at our people.
Yes.
One thing that we don't do as black people, we don't give each other the benefit of the doubt.
Come on.
Quick to condemn.
I mean, when you think about it right, think quick to condemn and quick to like not trust.
Right. That's right. We trust some other people.
We ain't gonna give you nothing. You come to me and you ask me for some money, what you gonna do with it? Where you gonna hold it at? Who gonna hold the money? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. When you just over there eating pot roast and dance? Where you get that money from?
Right. Come on.
Why you eating?
Come on. Come on.
Why you got my money? Why you eating? Huh? Come on. I mean, we got to give each other the benefit of the doubt. How many of us, when we see young people out here, we see it on the news, because a lot of us ain't seen that stuff like in real life, right? We see it on the news. Ain't seen it really in real life. I mean, you know, like when you see like some black groups and organizations in the community where they say they're in the community, and they got thousands of people, and you like, how come I don't even see them right now? Where they at? I see them on Facebook, but I ain't see them walking through Inglewood. Where they at? But anyway.
Come on, bro.
Anyway, when you look at it, all the issues that we face in our community will go away if we start putting ourselves first.
Yes, sir.
That's it.
Yes, sir.
That's it. I mean, you know, we can change it all. Now, the thing about it is, do we really want to change it? Are we really ideology race first?
Come on, come on.
Or we just running around because that's who we are. We want to, you know, not look like we don't agree or we different, cowards or something.
Right.
So, you know, when
Get him, Fred. Get him, Fred.
I mean, you might not be really race first. You might not be down for black people. You might not be black power to the people. You might not really be that. You just acting like that. And you don't really, haven't really thought, we don't really think that far until you got to. You know? Because martyrs in the movement, they don't wake up that morning.
Come on, bro.
Choosing to be a martyr.
Come on.
That's right. That wasn't their aspiration.
Come on.
Even when they started fighting for their people, they didn't necessarily say, they might have got the feeling, that when that testosterone, that machoism gets and we all be feeling our Africanness, you got the brothers over here like, yeah, they might be feeling it then. Man, I die for this. Yeah, that's good. But I mean, that's fine. So I'm gonna have to die.
Yes,
but the thing about it is that I hope you ain't just like planning to go out here and just die.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Because dying for it is one thing. That's a big sacrifice. But I challenge anybody who would die for this to live for it.
Come on, bro.
So race first is just solve it all. Solve it all. You want peace in the Middle East? I mean, yeah, then you really wouldn't matter. It really wouldn't matter. It really wouldn't bother you. I mean, peace in the Middle East, me personally, when I look at it, I got Jews and I got Arabs. I ain't got no Africans.
Right.
So you know what? I ain't got no opinion on that stuff. So they talked about, what's the other European country they giving all tax money away to? Ukraine.
Yeah.
It's just so sad how Russia did Ukraine. That ain't my business.
Come on.
I mean, just look at it.
Come on.
I really don't care about Russia. I know this, right?
Come on.
When they was in Africa, busting it all up and passing it out to white folks, Russia ain't go down there and get a piece of it.
Come on.
Right.
But NATO, who's so much into supporting Ukraine, right? I mean, Ukraine want to be a part of NATO, right? That ain't a good organization. I think you really want to be a part of.
Come on.
Right.
Because NATO got United States, right? They ain't like Marcus Garvey. Matter of fact, they locked them up. They got Great Britain, right? England. They ain't like Marcus Garvey.
Come on.
They told them if they catch him, they gonna lock him up. And they ain't like France. France gonna say, we gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Period.
And then you had all them other folks. You got that one country that took so many black people that went down in the Congo and started cutting
Yes,
off.
sir. Come on.
Leopold. What country you from? Belgium. Right. Part of NATO. I'm saying, but we sitting here because we have some of the biggest hearts. We got some big hearts, right? We sitting here, we all right with them now.
Come on.
We done got cool with them. We done got cool with Belgium.
Come on now.
We done got cool with France. We done got cool with them. We cool with them now. We cool with them.
Come on, brother.
So I mean, we practice race first. Some of this stuff that we worried about, we wouldn't be worried about.
Right.
As a matter of fact, ain't no way you should have been sending all this money to Ukraine.
Come
right?
on.
And then you say stuff like, we can't afford reparations.
Come on, brother.
Ain't no way we should be listening to that.
No.
Hold on a minute. Especially when we didn't work to generate that wealth.
Come on, brother.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
400 years plus.
But once we say race first, once we got a race first state of mind and practice, right, then we'll be able to look at that and we'll say, you know what, you're right. We made all this money for them. we've been some bad prostitutes.
Come on, come on, you didn't get the dollar.
I mean, I'm just gonna say it.
Didn't come on.
Because that's what we were, as a race of people, that's how, I mean, you know, we didn't sow and did everything for this country. You know what, I'm gonna quit saying for this country, because we get caught up on it. Next thing you know, we'll be tripping because, you know, you might not have been born in this country.
Come on.
And that's fine. Because the sister talked about being from Louisiana. Well, I'm a descendant of a Mississippi.
Right.
And I know it was certain things that they taught the Southern black men.
Come on.
Yeah.
They taught them how to be family oriented, feed everybody, be respectful, be honest. They taught them that. They taught them that. And I claim the thing about it is that that's a great lesson, and I just think that's just black and that's Southern. I love that. But I realize that ain't where it started.
Come on, take us back.
Because their parents taught them that.
Take them back.
And their parents came from 19,000 miles from here.
Come on.
They spoke a funny language.
Come on.
So, I mean, it's just, you know, it's real up to us to be proud of who we are. Because I'm going to tell you something. You couldn't have been nothing better.
Right, that's right.
Come on. Come
I'm
on,
telling you, the race, God, the greatest race that God has ever made, I don't care if you talk about Allah, Yahweh, Jesus Christ, I don't care.
Come on.
Any of them, or all of them together.
Come on, come on.
They could have made a better race than the black man and woman.
That's right.
And child.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
You all are what, in the dictionary, y'all, you can look it up, and y'all were made perfect. Y'all were made perfect. He knew what he was doing when I see y'all, and I hear y'all, because I just came up, Chief called me, you know, doing what he do. And like, brother, how you are not going? I'm like, yeah, I'm coming. I said, it's gonna be some food there. It said, dance. I said, oh, okay.
Come on, Fred.
Yeah, I'm coming. But when I started running behind, you know, but as I was saying, you all are the best race that God has ever made. The African race. You all, I'm talking about, it ain't just start with y'all, but it's in y'all. I'm talking about the natural resources that I see and I've heard from you all today.
Come on.
We sitting together in this room, we can figure it all out.
Come on, brother.
We can figure it out. I believe, because I mean, and then I heard you all when y'all spoke, and I know the people in here, and I know, you know, I mean, y'all, white folks like be looking to give y'all money. They hire y'all.
Indeed.
Because you all are the qualified, y'all the professionals. I know. We can do it all in here.
Come on.
The only thing we got to do, y'all, is we just got to do it. We got to do it. But you can practice race first on a micro level. That means that just when you outside and somebody, looking at a parking space, and you see another one up there, you can let them get that parking space.
Yeah.
Come on,
and just
yes, sir.
Just say, hey, go ahead.
Yes, sir.
And it'd be good if you say race first.
Come on, come on.
Let them know right where they I mean, right. Oh, come on. Oh, yeah, they take care of that. I see them walking around. Another thing, we talking about race first. And let me say this, right? Everybody talking about the immigrants, right? Well, Garvey talked about, and it's a trip, right? Because Garvey was from Jamaica.
Yes, sir.
All right.
But he talked about the European, who's an alien, and that's what they call them, alien to whatever nationality country. So Garvey was a Jamaican, came to America, and I'm so glad he came.
Yes, sir.
And I'm so glad that he was Jamaican, short, dark.
All of that.
and he came and he would, and the people here were actually, they understood who they were, because they probably came from the South somewhere and had that good old African spirit.
Love
And he came here and he actually gave us the solution that if we use it to all our situations today.
it.
Because I'm gonna tell you, I ain't got nothing wrong with somebody coming into this country right now. I don't. But I do got some where they don't ask me if they can come and stay in my country. I got an issue with that. The thing about it is that the people who I see coming here, right, they really don't look nothing like, I can't even get them confused as far as what
Come on,
Right.
come on.
Plain to see.
but it's they all over the place. And the thing is, they all got new gym shoes.
So what? Come on now.
And somebody that iron their pants.
Come on, come on.
I mean, they got nice clothes when I see them. I'm like, wow. Where they get that from?
Come on.
And then they got some money because they've been able to go out and buy. They didn't put the post sock man in my neighborhood out of business. Everybody got a sock man, right?
Yeah.
That's the man who come through. I mean, and they got socks for sale. Socks, towels, right?
Come on, sis.
Dish towels,
Right.
right? But the person who was trying to sell me socks the other day, I couldn't understand what they want, what they. I'm not gonna give you no money. You in my neighborhood. You selling, you looking better than majority of the people in the neighborhood.
Come on, come on.
I'm not gonna give you no money, and I don't even understand what you asking me. I'm not gonna do it because I'm race first.
Come on, bro.
If you gonna send us one of them who came from another country, let's start off by sending us them doggone Haitians.
Come on, bro.
Ain't nobody said nothing about the Haitians.
Come on.
They when the Haitians get here, they put them on a plane and they send them back
Right.
to Haiti. But they let these people that they've been watching for weeks and months come on up and cross the Rio Grande, and then they put them on buses and sent them up north.
Come on.
Something wrong with that.
Come on, bro.
So if we race first, that's what we'll be saying. We'll say, okay, I understand. Don't nobody leave their homeland unless they persecuted or they looking for better opportunity. That's it. People don't pack up and move thousands of miles just for nothing.
Right.
They don't just wake up and say, you know what, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna go on here, get on this little boat, roll, get on over there. We leave because things got bad.
Yeah.
And we understand that. Because in this country, how did the majority of us get to Chicago?
I agree.
Come on now.
Right.
Come on.
And what nothing as bad as that.
Come on.
It wasn't because we chose. I mean, we did. We made a choice to get up out of it. So I understand that that's a human condition and that can happen. And I want everybody to live, their best life. But I don't buy into that one.
Come on.
If you're gonna do one like that, do them all like that.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
So, but you could send us the Haitians, right? And we wouldn't even know they there.
Come on.
Right.
Right.
They'll be right in the neighborhood, looking for work.
Come on.
You'll be like, oh, he's so quiet, he just ain't finished learning English yet. But it'll be a problem. Let us get them.
Yeah.
All we had to do was just put race first as the lens on any social issue that we're looking at. Put race first on it.
They do it all the time.
All the time. All the time.
So I did this speech, kind of like this one I just did today. But I had asked him, I said, Clarence Thomas or George Washington?
Wow. Gotta be.
I mean, choose one. Clarence or George? You gonna choose Clarence?
Man, I'm not.
You not gonna choose Clarence, huh?
I have them on.
Are we choosing one to get rid of? What do we do?
All right, so, tell me what you choose. I mean, you pick. You pick.
They're the same.
Yeah, they are very much the same.
But if we talking race first.
Right.
They're not the same.
Yeah,
They're not the same.
They're not the same. George, right? George did a lot of bad stuff. Right?
And
But the thing is this. George was for his nation.
his people.
He was for his people. Clarence a traitor.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's a trade. He's
Yes,
for
sir.
Americans, for his people.
Right, he's a traitor. The thing is that because I'm raised first, right? He might wake up one day and realize who he is.
Exactly.
He might. He might wake up one day and realize. George should never be able to do that.
Yes, sir.
George could never wake up and say, huh?
Yeah.
Right, George, I mean, he wouldn't wake up and change. You know, I mean, he don't need to. Because he did what was best for his race.
Yes.
Why we don't do that? You put a race first lens on that, we do. That's all. People kind of think that, you know, when I say that, then now I'm prejudiced. Somebody told me, they said, you just prejudiced. I say, what I say that was prejudice? Because I ain't prejudging none of them. I'm just not gonna ignore the judgment that has been made.
Oh, yeah.
See, I know my people are the lowest on the totem pole. In this country, right now, in 2023, I know it.
Right.
I know people can just come here and they can be treated a lot better than us. I know it.
Right.
Ain't no prejudging that. I'm not prejudiced. I'm just judiced.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm not prejudiced.
Yes, sir.
Right. Well, thank you all for allowing me and being patient for me to talk. I just felt like just so at home. It's like,
Yes,
you know,
sir.
y'all don't like family,
Yes, sir.
you know, and it's, you know, I just felt so good. I came in and I'm like, and I know they gonna cook. I know we gonna eat. I know we gonna eat, and yeah. So thank all of y'all, and just please, let's just incorporate race first
Yes,
a
sir.
little bit more into our personality.
Yes.
You know, I want people when they think about me, when they say something about me, I want them to always put in, y'all know what? He showed love black people.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Race first. Race first.
Race first.
Race first. Race first.
You want to talk about the continuation of this subject matter tomorrow night on Zoom, and then on the 17th, on 69th Street, and then the 31st. So we got a few more UNIA and Garvey related programs.
Yes, sir.
The announcement.
Right, the announcement.
That's for the 31st.
That's the information.
Thank you.
I did. I think, I gave a few.
Oh, you got something for tomorrow?
That's, yes.
What time is time?
All right, brothers and sisters, can we simmer down for a second, please, so we can close out? Thank you, I appreciate it. So, once again, you know, we always get fire from my brother, still my president to this day.
All right.
You know, still cold one. But just a prime example about, you know, race first. And I got a chance to practice it, and I was I practice it every day, but in this way, I was really proud of myself. You know, with the immigrants being here in regards to that, they call this a sanctuary city. I'm like, what's so sanctified about it?
Right.
But anyway, I had an opportunity with a building that I own. And, you know, came to me and said, hey, sis, you know, that building, what you gonna do with it? I said, you know, it's being rehab right now. So, you know, just do rent it out. Oh man, you know, they saying that, if you put some of the immigrants in there, you got some money coming. I said, man, I tell you what. I said, for those homeless Asiatic veterans they put out to put them immigrants in that place,
Come on now.
send them to me.
Come on.
Send them to me. I don't want no immigrants in my place. If I have any immigrants in my place, it is an absolute requirement that they speak my language.
Right.
I'm not putting nobody in my neighborhoods and y'all around here plotting and planning and some of the cartel is over here because of that free immigrant travel.
That's right.
No, you send me them homeless veterans. You send me some of them brothers and sisters that's under that violence.
That's right.
You send me them.
Come on.
That's right.
You send me them.
That's
Because
right.
we've been begging and going down to the state
That's right.
fighting for homelessness laws.
That's right.
Fighting for these people to get off the streets.
Amen.
Fighting for funding to fund these apartment buildings that we're buying. For us. But they put them on a bus and just send them anywhere.
Right.
And they sent them all basically to Chicago and New York.
Yeah, they did.
So I said, send me my people that y'all kicking off Section 8,
Come on.
kicking them off that link card to give their benefits to them.
Yes.
Send me those people. I want them. I want to take care of my own. I'm not taking care of Maria Gonzalez and her whole family. Because they came over here with an agenda.
Come on.
They got the good news.
Come on.
Yeah, we go over there, you know, the first round that came over, made phone calls back to Mexico.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all come over here, y'all get $800 a person.
That's right.
Not a family, a person. Oh, we gonna have a free medical card. We gonna get this money. We gonna get this link card. Now y'all about to have all these people in y'all schools, crowding these schools, even though it's hard enough for our children to learn. Now they gotta be overcrowded by other people that they don't know and don't speak their language. So in saying that, I want to thank everybody who participated, who spoke, who came out to support. Your presence is deeply appreciated. Thanking our brother Chief for what he has put together. And it does not matter that it was not a big crowd. All the people that needed to be here are sitting here.
We're here.
So that's all that matters. So in that, I am Sister Saida Bay, better known to my brother Chief as Sister Yetunde Bay of the Moorish Science Temple of America, and all around humane person that loves humanity. And I bid you peace and love. What y'all want to do, if you don't have the flyer, I can let you pass it around. Take a picture of it on your phone. Take a picture of your phone, and remember, if you don't have any copies, Sister, you would like to take a picture? Okay.
We have a few more.
Yeah, we can hand them out, sister.
Oh, you got some more?
Absolutely.
Okay, all right,
When
cool.
sister came in fired up.
Such a blessing.
Thank you so much.
And make sure y'all get something to eat, support the brother, man, get something to eat, please, please.
And very informally, we want y'all to know something. Excuse us before you close out. I just want to share something with you, sis. I'm sorry, this is very informal, but I thought y'all be proud to know, President, I thought y'all be proud to know that everybody that left the Bud Billiken parade today, the Hispanic family that brought the cotton candy in had to carry it back home. The Asian brothers that brought the blow up stuff up had to carry the whole cart all the way home. So it starts in the street, then it's got to flow up to us, and we got to do our part. And I'm telling you, our people did not accept it today, and they had to take it home. Race first.
Okay. Give me up. Is there food now? Okay. Yeah.
It's like a family house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will you see the nurse?
Oh, yeah.
That's all right. That's how the spirit works. I just said it. That's what I've been saying all the time.
Something happened and then other numbers. It was trade design. They come together working on working. That's what I'm coming out the house today. I'm trying to get a new president. So for those that think they touch right around the corner, I promise you, I'm gonna let you try to touch it. You can see
Yeah, I just got my mother.
They won't know until they know.
They got private on the
Well, everybody's got six, so everybody gonna make it.
Everybody gonna make it.
So just make sure you're part of the mayor.
Yep. I want to look like that. I want to be that number.
Right, that's right. Exactly right.
Someday.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you. Always a wonderful job, man.
Thank you so much. Is this your transport?
Yeah, that's mine, yeah. Thank you, sir.
You know how much that thing costs.
That's a good one, that's a good one. That's why I charged up for my pocket.
Oh, man, that was great. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Yeah, the brother at, the security guard, he got sick.
Yeah, what happened to him?
The one for truck. Yeah.
And Doc called, she said,
Yeah, he's not well. And I sat there, I told him to come sit down, because I looked at him, because he's standing in front of me, and